What's up, guys? How's it going? Mr. Strong coming back with another ODFP, another old dead famous people showcase. And in today's showcase, we're going to be talking about Galileo Galilei, the father of modern science, who lived between the years of 1564 to 1642. He made major contributions to the fields of physics, astronomy, cosmology, mathematics, and last but not least, philosophy. His most notable accomplishment was an improved telescope that let him observe and describe the moons of Jupiter, the rings of Saturn, the phases of Venus, as well as sunspots, and the rugged lunar surface of the moon. His flair for self-promotion earned him powerful friends amongst Italy's ruling elite and enemies amongst the Catholic Church's leadership. Now, his advocacy of a heliocentric universe brought him before religious authorities in 1616 and again in 1633 when he was forced to recant his teachings and theories and placed under house arrest for the remainder of his life. Now, our story of Galileo Galilei begins with his birth in Pisa, Italy in 1564. In 1581, he entered the University of Pisa to study medicine, but was soon sidetracked by a little thing called mathematics. In 1583, he made his first important discovery, describing the rules that govern the motion of pendulums. From 1589 to 1610, Galileo was the chair of mathematics at the universities of Pisa and later Padua, and during those years he performed experiments with falling bodies of all things, which made for his most significant contributions to physics. Now, in 1609, Galileo built his first telescope, improving upon a Dutch design, and in January of 1610, he discovered 4 new stars that were orbiting around Jupiter, the planet's 4 largest moons. He quickly published a short treatise outlining his discoveries in what became known as his book, The Starry Messenger, which also contained observations of the moon's surface and descriptions of a multitude of new stars in the Milky Way. In an attempt to gain favor with the powerful Grand Duke of Tuscany, Cosimo de' Medici, he suggested Jupiter's moons be called the Medicean stars. Now, in The Starry Messenger, we're going to see Galileo become a big-time celebrity in Italy. Cosimo Medici appointed him mathematician and philosopher to the Medicean household, offering him a platform for proclaiming his theories and ridiculing his opponents. Galileo's observations contradicted the Aristotelian view of the universe, which was widely accepted by both scientists and theologians. Now, the moon's rugged surface went against the idea of the heavenly perfection, and the orbits of the Medicean stars violated the geocentric notion that the heavens revolved around the earth itself. Now, in 1616, we're going to see Galileo Galilei finding himself in some hot water. We are going to see the Catholic Church placing Nicholas Copernicus's book, the first modern scientific argument for a heliocentric, that's a sun-centered universe, on its index of banned books. Pope Paul V summoned Galileo to Rome and told him he can no longer support Nicholas Copernicus publicly. Now, Galileo again was summoned before the Roman Inquisition in 1633, and at first he denied that he had advocated heliocentrism, but later he said he had only done so unintentionally. Now, Galileo was forced and was convicted of vehement suspicion of heresy and under threat of torture, forced to express both sorrow and curse his own errors. Nearly 70 at this point in time in his trial in 1633, Galileo Galilei lived his last 9 years under house arrest, writing a summary of his early motion experiments that became his greatest scientific work. Now, overall, when we talk about Galileo's motion experiments, you got to keep in mind that these experiments are going to pave the way for the codification of classical mechanics that were ultimately used by Sir Isaac Newton. His heliocentrism, with modifications by Johannes Kepler, soon became scientific fact, and his inventions from compasses and balances to improved telescopes and even microscopes revolutionized astronomy and both biology. And his penchant for thoughtful and inventive experimentation pushed the scientific method towards its modern form. In his conflict with the Catholic Church, Galileo was largely vindicated. Enlightenment thinkers like Voltaire used tales of his trial, often in simplified and even in sometimes exaggerated form, to portray Galileo as a martyr for objectivity. In closing, Galileo Galilei was one of the most influential thinkers of his day, and he played a major role in ushering in the scientific revolution. And with that being stated, guys, that's all I have for this ODFP showcase dealing with Galileo Galilei. Mr. Arnold signing out. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you next time. Take care.